Look at the video, the live video I post in the red top, okay? Because today I want the theme of this video, the mainstay of this video to be cravings, because I have seen that word come up 100 times. I'm craving this, I'm craving this. What do I do if I'm craving this? So I really want to explain and talk about cravings. So I took some notes. That's the things I want to cover. The first thing about cravings is your body isn't craving Cheetos. Your mind is craving Cheetos. Okay, so that's one thing. It's like everyone just has to you kind of have to separate your mind from your body, right? Because when you watch the food group videos, you read and you understand that food is purposeful. Water and veggies make us full. Protein keeps us full. High fiber, low sugar, controllable carbs give us good sustained energy. Accessories, healthy fats and sprinkles of this and that to make our meals more delicious so we're full and we're satisfied and we're eating more veggies, all good. The cravings for the other stuff, the silly stuff, extra, not purposeful, enjoyable, which is fine. We want to be eating for enjoyment, and that's okay. But I want you to really look at the videos, really understand that the best foods are ones that are enjoyable and purposeful. So like the cauliflower rice risotto, makes you full, keeps you full, and tastes delicious. That's the best. So the goal is to turn our cravings into things that also serve a purpose. So that's the best way to deal with cravings. That's why Shakeology is great for chocolate cravings or vanilla cravings or peanut butter cravings by having a vanilla Shakeology with peanut butter powder, right? So you can obviously use Shakeology to do a lot of sweet cravings. A lot of you know my Wonder Whips that's on my YouTube or on my Instagram of whipping Greek yogurt with cocoa powder and coconut flakes to make an almond joy. I mean, those Wonder Whips work amazing for curing sweet tooth cravings and experimenting, as does Shakeology as a base. A lot of people are asking me how to make Wonder Whips vegan or dairy-free. I recommend using vegan vanilla Shakeology mixed with not a lot of water and a lot of ice. So you make it thick and then add flavors to that. Or Daya is a great dairy-free brand that has a high-protein yogurt. Or Kite Hill has a new high-protein dairy-free yogurt. But make sure that you watch the grocery store video and you're not getting a coconut-based yogurt that's really just higher in fat and doesn't really have any protein in it to keep you full, right? Because like I said, the goal is to have cravings filled by things that serve a purpose and taste good. So they actually keep you full in a way. The beach bars are amazing for a candy bar craving. So, you use those things. Teas are amazing. My favorite tea is one that I love. It's by this brand called Harney & Sons. It's cinnamon spice tea. I find if I make that with hot water and a splash of almond milk and a little stevia, it tastes like a cinnamon roll. There's salted caramel teas now. There's vanilla teas. There's every kind of fruity tea. Teas are your friend. If you're not a tea drinker, I'm no British connoisseur of teas. I just figured out a long time ago that they could taste really good, be filling and satisfying, and really curb that sweet tooth, that wanting something while being so high in water, so it actually keeps you full and it keeps your 2 hands on the wheel. So teas are amazing. So please keep sharing the teas. Water enhancers. I love some water enhancers. So I really try to drink as much water as possible. This bottle makes it so easy, but then there are a lot of all natural water enhancers that are amazing. One is a brand called Stur, S-T-U-R. They have a lot of fruity flavors. Sweet Leaf has one that has a lot of fruity flavors. So I like those all natural water enhancers. One is True Lemon, which I think has no artificial sweeteners. So I like those because I'm drinking tons of water all day, but at night my husband starts eating something silly nearby that's tempting me. I'll make one of those and it solves a sweet tooth. Sparkling waters are great too. Okay, so these are all ways to cure a craving while serving a purpose. Okay, so that's the first thing for a craving. The second thing for a craving, and knowing my kidneys are not craving chocolate. My mind is craving chocolate. Okay, so separate that. The third thing for cravings is out of sight, out of mind. I'm not joking. Every time I have a private client who tells me they're craving granola, I say, where did you see granola? And they'll be like, I don't know, nowhere. I'm like, you saw it somewhere. They're like, oh, you know what? I was at Costco or I was at the supermarket and they were having little sample cups. Insight, in mind. That's always what happens. Cravings are usually in a response to sight. You're craving chips because your kid is eating it. You're craving pizza because your coworkers are talking about it, right? So like you really have to identify that cravings, one of the best ways to solve them is out of sight, out of mind. And like I said, replace it with something purposeful. So like pizza, I have on my YouTube channel and like I talk about it in a lot of recipes, and we'll make more and more recipes hopefully in the future, but like mushroom cat pizzas I love. You can make eggplant pizzas by just roasting slices of eggplant, tomato sauce and cheese. I make egg white pizzas by just making an omelet with tomato sauce and cheese. So again, try to solve the craving and solve a purpose. And that's the best way to do it. So out of sight, out of mind is one of the best ways to like not even have cravings. And when you do have cravings, keep things in sight, in mind, like Shakeology, like the beach bars, like fruity gum or water enhancers or tea that you know can do it, okay? So guacamole, like I have guacamole cravings. I try to get, like they sell lightened up guacamole and I have veggies to snack on it with. So it's gonna fill me up. So really, really, really think about what the cravings are, how you can make it purposeful, and also don't get yourself in a position where you're vulnerable to a craving. So if you want something super silly, it doesn't solve a purpose, it's just like a cookie or something that has no protein in it, no fiber in it, okay, it's purely silly, that's okay. But never have that as your first bite, because that really especially if it's a big open bag, that really sets you up for failure, too vulnerable, you're craving it, you're actually physically hungry, and you have it all in front of you, and it's so tempting, and you're just kind of setting yourself up to very easily get out of control of it. If you want something silly, totally fine, but just approach it with the more shawarma, with having water first, filling up on lots of veggies, having some protein, right? Like having scrambled eggs, having some pieces of tofu, having some chicken, like making sure that you're not empty, right? This is something that's curing a craving, that's gonna taste good, but it's not something that you're depending on to fill up your stomach, okay? And that way you can have one bite to taste. You can eat it slowly and enjoy it and move on without feeling like you need to overindulge, okay? So just, set yourself up for success and go about it smart. I hope my connection is okay. Last thing about cravings is ask yourself with the cravings, is it hunger or is it habit? Hunger or habit? Every Sunday, are you craving pancakes? Or like pancakes, they have a great recipe for, but every Sunday, like, are you craving a donut, or are you just in the habit of having that every Sunday? Like you have to ask yourself that question, because in the first month, you're gonna make different changes. You're setting new habits. And when you start a new habit, it does feel weird, but when you get past it and you track it and you pat yourself on the back and the scale goes down, it's so much easier the next time you practice that new habit, and it becomes easier and easier and easier. That's why the to-be mindset gets easier with time. Because the first time you're faced with like, oh, I'm in the habit of getting that, but I'm in the habit of always getting onion rings, but I'm gonna get a side salad instead, it feels weird. But when you do it and you enjoy it and the scale goes down and you have that positive reinforcement, it makes it a no-brainer to get the salad the next time. So, and it's like you crave it. So you actually start to change your cravings with the to-be mindset, and you have to be open to that, and you have to also be open to realizing that the first few weeks, the first few opportunities, the first few situations are a learning experience, and go with your gut and choose the better to be mindset version, because you'll be so happy you did. And you still get the reward because you get to track it later. And you get to say, hey, Sally, right on for making that choice. And then the scale is usually in your favor. And that's another added benefit. So just remember, like, what do you want now versus what do you want most? And keep telling yourself, every time you're saying, I'm craving, say weight loss. If you have weight to lose and you know that it's in your best interest to lose this weight for your confidence, for your health, for your best well-being and meeting your goals, just always tell yourself, what I'm really craving is feeling good. What I'm really craving is making my life healthier and more vibrant with more energy. And keep reminding yourself what your body is really craving and what you really, really want. And all the other silly cravings tend to work themselves out and seem a lot more insignificant, right? So just keep reminding yourself, like, what I'm really craving is weight loss, and that constant, like, consistent success that feels so good and rewarding. Okay, so Shayna